Hey everybody, Cozy here from Omega Boost Trend with the brand new Omega Boost Quantum Forecast tool suite with another live demonstration. So I'm going to start up and the OT, and it's 3 o'clock, 3:09, and the first thing that we need to understand and look for is opportunities in the market. And basically everything just happened. So you can see here at 12:15 there was an FOMC speaking engagement, another one at 10, and so on and so forth. There was nothing else. Tomorrow there were going to be 1, 2, 3, I would say 4 medium to high impact reports that will affect the market at 8:30. So that's going to be interesting. But there's nothing else today. So now that that's done, the next thing is I'm going to take a closer look is into the NQ, QQQ, VIX, ES, and SPY. I want to see what the settings or the state of the market is. And clearly, the first thing that I pay attention is to the VIX, massively negative. So we're looking for long positions into this market. There is nothing else to it. So I'm going to look for an opportunity to go on a long position. That's happening right now. So let's just take that long position here, and I will explain to you why in a moment. So we have the smart money levels already in place. So let's just go and look at it for a moment. So the 9:30 mark opened up this kind of a bluish zone to extend here. Prices are above that, so that's a bullish outlook. The other zones are there to gauge the consensus of the strength of resistance or support, right? So you can see here how the market had a really kind of a tough morning, going back and forth, came back into the overlap of the London and 8 o'clock zones, bounced right from of it, came back into the 9:30 zone, back into the same overlap. You can see how strong these zones are, back into the overlap of the multi-zones, indicating that the whole thing here, it's just shown as a strong opposing region. So in other words, what you need to understand is this back-to-back region right here function as a super strong resistance point. The market immediately afterward came back. Once it broke through it again, it went straight down, hitting the multiple zone below the 9:30. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels down. 5 of the 6 were hit. The market reverted and closed above the London session, 8 o'clock session, 1 o'clock session, and straight up try to burst through all the conglomerates of the resistance zones. And now it's just bursting above. So obviously I missed most of this. So what's left? You can see here in the bottom right corner how everything mostly is bullish. We got M1, 2, 3, 5 bullish into the buy mode. This gives me a massive boost of confidence of trusting that the market must continue further upwards. And using the NTZs and the smart money levels at 9:30 here, this is the next target to the upper side. So it's one of the strongest targets that we have. So we can use that as a potential maximum targeting if we decide to go that route. Okay, so that's kind of in a nutshell how it works. Now that I got this, I see that 90% of the quantum forecast dashboard is bullish, of course. So we're going to enable the fact of the trend selection being dictated by the overall market sentiment of what the quantum forecast is indicating. But is there any way for us to dictate if the market might move and try to keep going further higher? First of all, it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And we can see it here. It's 15. So we got about 45 minutes left. So I'm betting that this target has the highest probability of being hit. So that will be the best scenario for us to, pick as a potential forecasting level. I like to put my target just a tiny bit below, not right on top of it, just a little bit below it. And that will suffice for me. However, there might be some targeting in between, right? Because there is 30 points of distance. All right. So there's a few things that we can do. And we're going to enable what we call smart scalp levels. I'm going to enable that. I'm going to click here, and you see that it says 15:15. What we're going to do is just going to do 15. We're on a 2-minute, so let's just 14 and 15. 15. There you go. Click OK, and it will plot a dynamic range of a no trade zone. So this indicates that based on this range, based on the structure of the market activity on the last couple of hours, this is a range of exposure of volatility. So think of it as order flows, right? So what we're going to do is the following. I can use that to place my stop. So I can use the bottom of the NTZ to place my stop. So now I have clarity. So, but I notice there is a smart money level just close by it. So I'm going to put it right below it. Now I have the potential for this level, right, for this trade to carry on and continue. And if I'm going to disable the 938 smart money levels and look the lines that are left. Hold on. Now notice that I only have 4 levels up. So this is kind of the no trade zone. And then we have 1 level, 2, 3, and 4. Typically, we would like to aim for the strongest one, right? Or the further one. So I can just pretty much click here and try to aim for that level up there. But since there's not much time left, right, I like to aim for at least the first and second target. So I'm going to use that as a targeting to the upper side. And this level right here in between, I'm going to enable my first exit. I'm going to exit 2 contracts out of the 3 at that specific target because these are calculated levels. So if I enable back again the original, you're going to see new lines forming in, and this is how we find clusters. So let's just enable this. And notice now how here is kind of an overlap, or what we call kind of a zone, right? Let me just change the coloring to something darker. So there's a zone right there, isn't it? Right now, there's not much of a difference between the rest because they're kind of pretty much separated. Maybe we can use this one right there, right? And the other ones are pretty much separated in distance. So this could be kind of a power zone for us to look for. And this could be another one. I will hesitate to use this one. I think there's pretty much a big distance. If it is more than 10 points, let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit over 10 points. They could be treated as different targeting levels. But anyways, let me delete that. Let me enable it. Hold on. You see this thick line right at the bottom right here? This thick line right at the bottom indicates it's the VWAP. Prices are above it. The tendency for the market to push further higher are all in control. If you've never traded with the VWAP, you might, you can Google it and see in the research of it. But basically, it's a weighted volume average, right? So it's a volume weighted average range. If prices close below it, the tendency is for the market to push through on the downside and so on and so forth to the upper side, right? We see that it's above that and the market bursts through above it eventually. So there you go. These are kind of the outcomes that I'm looking for. Now, notice that this level right here is one of the levels at that it's being used on the 930 mark, and that price targeting hasn't been hit. There is a highly probable scenario that that target might be hit. So one of the things that I can do is then try to aim for the best and hope for the best and use this target. And then instead of 1 contract, I'm going to lower to 1. The 2 contracts I'll lower to 1. I'm going to move it here because that's the targeting that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to use then the first one that I had and load 1 contract in there. And now I have my projected trade setup complete. So I'm going to turn this off so we don't have much of confusion. And there you go. Now you see this line that is running alongside of the whole thing. This is part of the quantum flow technology or indicator, right? It's an order flow technology that validates where the flow of market is intended to move in a short period of time. In this case, you see that the bars turn blue. It's just indicating a bullish outlook. And then when the line is formed, it's suggesting where the order flow might stop and continue, helping us dictate to use that as a potential trail stop. How that kind of makes sense. So if you see here, as the market progressed and started to move up, this is where the stop would be. And every time the pattern emerges, so it's not a kind of an indicator, it's a pattern recognition. So once the pattern emerge again, it just steps up. So you can see the huge step ups, right? So basically it starts here. So let's say that we went long in there. So we're risking 20 points, right? And all of the sudden, right, out of the, let me put it in the price point. So let's say that we went long at the high, over here, 20 points. All of a sudden, the next step up, boom, I'm right here. And I'm kind of only about, let's see what the difference would be in here. Risking only 4.75, right? Above it, not risking, collecting 4.75. Then I'm locking in. So I'm going to show you here. If I put it where it's supposed to be. There you go. You can see here, I'm risking 20. All of a sudden, collecting 475. Blocking 15 until we got stopped out on a plus 50 points just by following this process, right, of exiting. So it's pretty neat. It's something that helps a lot. So now we're basically sitting back and waiting for everything to set itself up. We need to bypass that level of 18,847. Once we clear that level, we're going into the next level up, which is that blue line right there. I'm going to put it like a little bit underneath. And that's going to be my next target. And then the next target would be kind of the one in here, which is, again, if we go back and enable the smart money levels of the 930 mark, there is kind of where that thick blue line lies in. That's pretty much where most likely the majority of the sellers are waiting for. And we have about, I would say 45 minutes left for this to take effect. Will it work 100% of the time? No idea. However, if we bring in the OT, you can see the VIX extremely negative, ES massively bullish, and NQ bullish. This should be the tendency right at the end of the day with a bullish outlook, market trying to make push of the new highs further from where they are right now. Okay, so let's just give it a shot. And the worst case scenario here probably would be I'm down 780 on 3 mini contracts. But if we talk about points, if you follow me for quite a while, I like to talk about points. So I'm risking about 12 points. The first target is about 17 points. The next one is at 30 points. And the last one is at 54 points. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the first one because these tool sets are being designed for forecasting with a very, very high probability of being hit once everything is lined up. So we do have the OTS we saw completely lined up into the upper side. We can see it right here. And Q bullish. QQQ is slightly bullish, but the VIX is massively negative. This is a bullish outlook for the indices. So we're going to keep pushing through and wait, being patient. We're inside the no trade zone. The market hasn't gone towards its stop loss and is geared towards breaking that high. Once we clear the top of the NTZ, the next level is going to be that 18,556. The next one is the other one above it, but we're having below of it because this is a 930 level. There you go. There's not much to think. I'm just following the instructions of what the tools are suggesting for me. I'm going to enable this one. You can see the target right in there. You can see it right in there. I like to be underneath. And now it's just pretty much a game of waiting, just a stop, right? So that either I get stopped or I get my targets on point. So once we hit the first target, I'll move to break-even point. If there is no trail stop above that, I'm still going to try to lock in some profits. And the worst case scenario would be a break-even part, but I'm going to give you the chance to swing for the fences. All right, so that will be it. So look at the bottom. We got M1, 2, 3, 5. mostly bullish. And we got an M3 long position, M5 long positions, indicative on those specific time frames that everything is validated to the upside. It's just a matter of withholding and letting it rip to the upper side. All right, so let's pause the video and bring back the results. All right, guys, so we're back. Notice that we hit the first target as expected. Isn't this a beauty? So the peace of mind that the Quantum Forecast dashboard is providing us is just insane, right? So here we go. We're boosting in the preliminary, fully automated predicting levels are doing the heavy lifting for us. We don't need to think much. The new Smart Scalp are created with you see that says opening settings. So basically you can just recreate. Let's just assume that you're starting out. You're just getting started. You see this bar right here that made the high is 1528. I can click here and say 1528. I want to start trading now, and it's going to recalculate the new trade zone just above it, and it's just bringing new target. Look how this one lines up exactly on top of the 930 smart money levels. Isn't that insane, right? So we have a back-to-back validation that that is going to be the next target into the upside. Quantum Forecast is absolutely bullish. OT within it is bullish, and you can also see the OT correlation here because it's just helping us see the big picture. VIX massively bullish, ES bullish, QQQ now boosting into the upside, NQ there, SPY. That's the big picture of correlation of a buy sequence or buying and hold on the indices to the upper side. And that's where they're going. We already know where they're going to hit because the calculations of the levels are done for us dynamically, right? So there you go. So that's the next process here. The benefit of doing this, you see where the bottom of the NTC is located at. You see the jump right in there of the Quantum Flow trail stop. I'm going to go just tiny bit above it and let it do its thing. So we have a high perceived clarity where to trail our stop far enough from the market to give it the chance to expand and contract without stopping us out and fulfill the prophecy of the predicting levels, but at the same time helping us protect our account. At the same time, it is self-adjusting. It's self-adjusting itself as the market progresses. Hope that kind of makes sense. There you go. The second target was hit. Isn't this awesome? Look at the trail stop where it's sitting right now. We're just going to push through and trail the stop accordingly. This is the last target. It is being calculated since the origin of the first initial calculation, right? And if we enable the smart money levels, let's see if we can do that. These are the original. I'm going to turn it off. These are the levels right now left of the dynamic Smart Scalp levels, right? If we turn them off, now we're just being left with nothing, right? It's just clear right there. However, if we turn on this one, you see that there is a target right on top. That should be the very next one. But the original calculation that we did provided us with a target of that zone right there. That's the reason I left it intact for that reason. And or you can turn them off, turn the Smart Scalp levels in, and use this as targeting to be very precise. Why? Because this calculation is being done at the specific timestamp of 1528, and based on the structure and volume of market tendency or activity at that point, these are the predicting calculations that we have. You can aim for the swing for the fences, go for the fourth level, which is why I always try to go on the last contract. You can go for the one in between, or you know that there is a new adjusting one. Boom, I'm going to leave it there and hope for the best. Then what we can do is use logic. If this is the no trade zone and they broke above it, not only there is a no trade zone, there is kind of a level right in there. We can trail to stop tighter, right? And just protect that account. But in the logical matter, I'm using structure. There is a smart money level right there, the top of the NTC, the bottom of this wick of that bullish bar, right? Or propel bar or a gap bar, whatever you want to call them. The probabilities is for the market is just to encounter this support line level, bounce back up again and hit that level up. Look at the quantum forecast tool suite, all bullish. Focus on long positions only, right? But if you're trusting better the system, then you can use the trail stop, automated trail stop as it is. You're still protecting the account and letting the full system to take control on its own. And you don't want to think and guesstimate, right? You just want to keep going the way that it is. We only have one target left. I adjusted the target from the initial one because of the new calculations and be done. Why? Because it's just, we're closing in right at the close of the day. So right now we're 575 on this open market right here, open position, and or if the market reverses and closes out, we walk away with $120. Not bad. Not shy for the last position. Let's just hold here until any other sudden change appears or happen, or the target is being hit, or I get stopped out on the market reversal. All right, guys, so we're back. Notice what's going on. Prices are coming from, you see the breakage point here, where now the trail stop just came above the price point. It's indicative of a bigger retracement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the bottom of the wick right in there and protect 260. Does that make sense? Notice how, I mean, you have to see this. Come on. Notice how the market, let me switch here. Notice how the market came and tested that level of 558 and is trying to bounce off from it. Right? But there you go. We're stopped out. Why? Because the trail stop is indicative of a potential reversal. Market close above it. This price point of a trail stop come above that. And it's probably showing some intent of a reversal or a further down reversal. We don't want to give away too much of a profit if the probability of a potential reversal is here and we made the right decision. There you go. So this is how I trade every day. I hope you enjoyed it. Put your comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you want to learn more about our upcoming Bootstrap Trader Challenge, where we walk you through the process of how to utilize our tool sets, put it to practice without risking 1 cent into the market by using your demo account, hone your skill, sharpen your axe, feel confident, become a strong analyst, and then switch to test and see and validate the consistency that becoming good analyst before actually executing as a trader can transform your trading success. All right, this is Carlos Diaz. I hope to see you in the next video. God bless and share the love with your loved ones. See ya.